This is block one.
Yeah.
And so this is the original and the oldest part of the cemetery right here. So and this is where it all started right here. This is
so we're paying our respects.
We're gonna put our coins on the
right behind these quarters.
Yeah, I'm gonna put one right here. That's probably a bad sign, huh?
Ghost Hunt!
There are dark forces that I don't think want us to go ghost hunting. Like, they don't want us to uncover the truth. Going back over the bridge because, again, I think that Siri or whatever it is in league with the dark forces and directed us back across the bridge. The cemetery is a mile behind us.
Speaking of action, we're here in the Lone Fir Cemetery in
the heart of Portland.
Definitely the heart of Portland. It's beautiful, lots of stunning trees, beautiful mix of old and new. But this is a well-regarded place for spirits walking at night, unexpected specters.
Lots of stories.
Lots of stories and spiritual activity. The first person buried here was 1846, but it wasn't actually a cemetery at that point. It was then purchased by, the land was purchased by another man. Colburn, we're not sure if it's Beryl or Burrell, we were actually just having this conversation, but
sure.
Good old Colburn bought the land from the family where the man was buried here, Stevens family.
He agreed to leave the Stevens plot that was used for the burial of the father of that family,
right,
to maintain that initially.
Yeah, so that was the agreement. That gentleman, Colburn Burrell, owned a steamboat. That was his job and his business. And unfortunately, the steamboat at one point had a terrible accident. It blew up, and many people lost their lives in that terrible accident. And so he felt very guilty, and so he dedicated some of his land to the burial ground of the people who were victims on his steamboat, unfortunately. But that is really how this cemetery got its start. This is the kind of tombstone I hope I one day have. A finger pointing to heaven that looks oddly, if you walk by quickly, like it's giving you the finger. J.H. Hell died May of 1891. It's kind of faded now. Maybe, I can't tell, it looks like it could be maybe 83 or 20 now? Yeah, it does look like a 2 maybe. Yeah, they look pretty young. I've seen a lot of young ones, like in their 30s. Yeah, this is quite an elaborate headstone. Yeah. It's cool, actually, really beautiful. I wonder if he was like a judge or something. Oh, there are 16 mayors buried here. Oh, could be. Yeah, because I saw another gravestone over there that said that he was a woodman. So some of them have like their jobs incorporated. This one here is so old that it's been here so long that the tree is now shoving it up out of the ground like poltergeist style. You moved the headstones, you didn't move the bodies. This is Thomas Menden, maybe? This looks very old.
Yeah, it is. You're right. It's Thomas.
How long have you been here, Thomas? It's like so old, it's like leaning against the one behind it, like, help me out.
Chinese section. And there were a lot of immigrants that were buried here and then later disinterred, but they left some people there. And actually they also buried people from the Oregon mental hospital here, and they were in unmarked graves, so nobody's really sure how many graves are out there, who's buried there.
This section includes the thousands of Chinese immigrants who were once buried here. It also includes many patients from the Oregon Hospital for the Insane who were buried at the cemetery, often in unmarked graves. Looks like an empty field, but it's not. It is an area where people are buried. We're just trying to see if we can capture anything so far.
Anything. It's
been pretty tranquil and peaceful, although a lot of people do have experiences here, which isn't surprising because it's a very old cemetery by Portland standards.
And I think it's really strange because it's like in the middle, you know, there's like literally the fence backs up to people's homes, so you can look out of your bedroom window at night into this
Right.
cemetery, which I would personally, I suppose if you live in Portland, and because the living in Portland, everything's a little bit closer and whatnot, you'd have to kind of, you know, I think it's, maybe you're okay with that. We're also miles away from the In-N-Out.
Which they're
last time that
opening
was
one in Beaverton, so
that's
that
right.
might tick up the activity.
Tick up the ghostly activity.
When that opens.
Tell them about the Twinkie. The Twinkie will be growing. That's from Ghostbusters. Yeah, it says the Twinkie. Imagine this Twinkie is the normal amount. So tell them about the Twinkie. I anticipate that the In-N-Out will raise the amount of
the Twinkiness.
Reluctant to provoke spirits like we normally would.
Exactly.
Oh,
excuse me. Just kidding. It's, you know what? It's because you started talking about In-N-Out.
That's probably what set it off. Was that was somebody here with us? You wanna say something or join us? Did I say something about the In-N-Out or I don't know. That was weird. It was a pretty good response, but
If there's any spirits here, please feel free to walk by this machine, set it off.
set off the pod.
Let us know about, you know, whatever you're hoping for. Cheaper is just one of many options. We'd love to hear about it.
Or leave some evidence on Ralph's camera, or a little groan, or
Scratch him. He's been really eager for that to happen.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to happen like here, because
No.
these are ghosts of like pioneers. These are hardworking people, and they recognize me as a pioneer in my field. So I think that there's that kinship. I think it's when you go to, you know, they recognize that I'm somewhat of a pioneer, used to hardship, of course. I actually ran out of SpaghettiOs this morning, and I was like, how am I supposed
we
to
did
live?
have to endure the great toilet paper shortage of 2020.
Yes.
So we.
Not me. I had it in my bunker. I was the reason for the great toilet paper shortage.
Oh, it's back
Who
again.
knows what's going to set them off? It's the toilet paper shortage this time.
They don't even know what toilet paper is. They died in 1880.
I think it was me talking about how I'm a pioneer as well. And they're affirming that.
Yeah, so we're in block 1.
This is a very original.
Crawford M. Dobbins, definitely one of the OGs. Yeah, Burrell, right here. So here's
Yeah, Colburn. Yeah, that's him.
1824 to 1902. Yeah, I think this is the OG one. This is in block 1. And then his son, Colburn Burrell Jr., is over here. And there's another Colburn Burrell, but 1881, so that must be like a, not a junior, but the third.
That's pretty.
This definitely looks like something important. This is no ordinary lame-o's grave. Born Leslie Carter Hansen, died Eric Ladd. 1920 to 2000. Like tons of crows heading over this way. It's like the infiltration of the birds. Here we are chilling like we're at a bar in an old saloon, 1865, circa when the Lone Fir Cemetery was established. Lone Fir Cemetery, how many bacon strips would you give it?
I don't know, not many. We had one little section where the REM pod did go off a couple times. Didn't really seem to be anything in particular, but there was that.
It closes at 6:30, so we couldn't be there after dark without loitering, especially this time of the year. Maybe in the winter it'd be dark at 6:30. But so at night, I'm sure it takes on a very different feel.
Also, there were a lot of people there. Like I don't know if everyone was visiting their loved ones or if it's just almost like a park, like people just, go to kind of walk around and whatnot. But I didn't want to.
I didn't really want to be
that.
like ghost hunting where people were, paying respects to their loved ones. So who knows? But I would say maybe like a 1. Yeah.
I don't know, because it wasn't. I mean, now I think that after dark it would have been totally creepy. If you were there like at night or something like that. But
and a lot of people do have experiences there. It's commonly reported to have seen stuff and felt stuff, and you know, cold spots and everything. So, and our REM pod did go off.
it went off for real. So
So
don't know what it means.
Something there.
Ghost